Hello everyone, my name is Sahil and I'm a real estate consultant. So in this video, I'm going to cover how important is a playground in your real estate decision making or in your day-to-day life. So I've always encouraged people to invest in a property which has a lot of amenities to it. So always see and invest in a project which has a lot of amenities, especially a playground. The quality of playground will directly affect you and your family and your children in a day-to-day life. So either you're a home buyer, you're someone who's going to live there, or consumer, or you're someone who's going to rent it out and some other family or someone is going to come there who has a lot of small kids. So it's going to increase the quality of life of their family. So as playground, I personally believe is one of the most crucial amenities, much important than a swimming pool and a gym and different kind of amenities. It's amphitheater and whatever they, pitches. So it's a playground is much more important because the usability of a playground is much higher than all these things combined, because a playground might not be useful to you, but the children, it is an extremely important part of their life, of their day-to-day life. So number one point why I am encouraging people to look for a playground is that a lot of parents of small children, somewhere around 1 year to age of till 12 years, that the children are extremely addicted to phones or a screen, either maybe a tab or a laptop also, right? They get addicted to the sudden stimulation of colors. I mean, that's true for a lot of adults too, but it's more problematic for a children because the brain development is going in these years, and this screen actually affects their brain development and their growth overall. So if you're someone who if you want your kids to be stay away from devices or screens, then playground can be a very important, crucial, I cannot emphasize how important it is, but it can be a one of the best alternative, because if you take something away from a child's life, a children has a lot of energies in them, and they're very curious about everything, and they have something on the another in their in those lives they want to spend that energy. And if you have a playground which is just closer to your society, it's in a closed space where a lot of security is there, and it is more reliable, more safe, and more good for your children than a public park, then the playground is one of the best alternative for screen time. This reduces the screen time, takes away the negativity or the negative part of the screens, and the child can spend their energy, that extra energy, in something which will affect them which will encourage their growth in terms of physical strength and in terms of mental brain development and mental development. So whenever a children or whenever a kid goes to a playground, they interact with a lot of similar age kids, either a couple of years bigger to them or a couple of years smaller to them, but their interaction is quite high, and this actually works in their development in various things, right? Second point is that children doesn't have a lot of variables in their life. Their life is quite fixed. How? So a big chunk of amount is their life is spent in school, and they don't have any in school you're learning or you're playing or whatever you're doing, you're in a confined space, right? A majority of their day-to-day time is spent in school. Second part is their home, which is a safe space. They'll be sleeping, eating, doing all the necessary day-to-day activity tasks in their home, their sense of comfort. Now third part, which is it's not enough for the children. It's not enough for a kid to spend their time. If you introduce playground which is safe and secure in your children's life, in your child life, then they have a decent amount of time where they can relax and spend their extra energy, like that's the curiosity, the extra energy, and a lot of things into the playground, and where they can spend that energy. And when they come back home, depending amount of time, it can be an hour, it can be 2 hours, whatever it is, when they come back home, they have exhausted themselves and they can now peacefully sleep. And if they are not able to exhaust themselves, they will be curious to do something or the another. A lot of young parents complain their kids is naughty. It's not naughty, it's just they're curious and they don't have any place to spend their energy. Adults can sit in a spot, either it's their work or whatever it is, and use, or they don't have a lot of energies first of all, and whatever their energy is used in a spot which is their work, they are exhausted in their work. But a kid doesn't have those kind of things. So a playground can be a better alternative for your kid to spend that energy and be physically developed and mentally developed as well. Also, it takes care a lot of imaginary part of your kid's life, which is like whenever they interact with a similar age kid, they can express their imagination, and the other kid will also take it seriously. So that's part of development. All right, now the third point, which I feel is more related towards parents also. So whenever you go with your kids to a playground, either it's on a weekend or whatever it is, whenever you have a time, you go with your kids on a playground and you interact with other parents, similar parents, or overall the community, then that's the place. This is one of the most crucial aspect where you can look towards community building. Whenever you live in a society, a lot of different community, a lot of people from different places, community, different variable come there. And whenever you especially in a playground, the kid is having their fun with the other kids, or the slides, or whatever the playground has to offer, right? But you have the capacity to interact with other parents also, which is very crucial in terms of society building, community building. And this is what the objective of living in a society is. The community building is quite nice. And when you are interacting with similar people, the parents, then you can share your experiences, tips and tricks, what works from them, what works for you. It doesn't have to be on a daily basis, but it can be on a alternative or a weekly basis, couple of days. So this will help you in acquiring knowledge in terms of child development, acquiring friends with similar interest. A lot of people can have friends or a social circle which is similar to you. So this is how you can take full utilization. This is how you can utilize a park, not a park, a playground. So these are the three reasons which I personally believe that this will be extremely helpful for the quality of life aspect. The point of amenities is to increase the quality of life, and when you have that in your society, just couple of steps away from your home, then the quality of life coefficient of your day-to-day living of your family, of your kids, increases. And this will in a longer run will help you a lot to live a happy life. So I hope you find this video informative. I hope this will help you in your decision making, right? Also, I have a webinar on 30th March. In this, I'll be teaching you how to attract high-paying tenants, and couple of high-paying tenants could be these young couples. So I can help you in a longer run also in your decision making to invest in what kind of properties which has those kind of amenities, and how to attract these high paying tenants, how to attract parents or tenants which has the capacity to pay higher rent just for the sake of the development of their child or development of their day-to-day quality of life coefficient. So if you're interested, do fill out the form in the description, and please like if you find this video informative. Your likes help me in the reach. I get a better reach, I get a better response to the videos. And subscribe if you find these kind of videos helpful and want to see more in the future. So thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.